November 1944. Central Europe is already locked in winter. The forests are dark by mid-afternoon. The ground is hard, cold, and unforgiving. And above it all, the war in the air has reached its most violent stage. American fighters fill the skies. German defenses answer from the ground. Every mission is a gamble. On this day, one American pilot is about to disappear. Not in a blaze of fire, not in a dramatic explosion, but quietly, far behind enemy lines, the moment everything goes wrong. Lieutenant Bruce Ward Carr, United States Army Air Forces, is flying a P-51 Mustang on a low-level mission over occupied territory. Moments earlier, he had been attacking a German airfield. Now something feels wrong. He glances at the engine instruments. The oil pressure needle is falling, fast. A thin stream of black smoke curls back along the fuselage. Carr knows exactly what that means. The Rolls-Royce Merlin engine that powers the Mustang is one of the finest aircraft engines ever built. But it has one weakness. Without oil, it will destroy itself. Metal grinds against metal. The engine will seize. Not eventually. Soon. Carr does the calculation in his head. He has seconds, not minutes, to make a decision. There is no friendly territory nearby. No safe landing strip. No second chance. If he stays with the aircraft, he dies inside it. So he does the only thing left. He opens the canopy, rolls the Mustang inverted, and drops into the freezing sky, alone over enemy Europe. At altitude, the parachute deploys. The silk canopy snaps open above him. Below, the land stretches endlessly, forests, fields, villages, all controlled by the enemy. Carr hits the ground hard. The landing is violent. His ankle twists beneath him. Not broken, but badly injured. He gathers the parachute quickly, drags it into the undergrowth, and buries it beneath leaves and branches. German patrols will search the area. They always do. Carr checks what he has. No radio, no food, no water, no map. One sidearm with limited ammunition, and winter approaching fast. In November, nighttime temperatures here drop below freezing. An American pilot shot down in occupied territory faces grim odds. Most are captured. Some are killed. Very few make it back. Carr understands the reality. But he also understands something else. Standing still as death. Thinking backwards. Carr knows roughly where he is. He also knows where the German airfield he attacked is located. It lies north of his position. Every instinct tells a downed pilot to move south or west toward Allied lines. That's what the Germans expect. Carr decides to do the opposite. He moves toward the enemy, not because it's safer, but because it's unexpected. If he needs food, water, shelter, or answers, an airfield will have them. And if the Germans are searching outward, they won't be looking inward. It's a calculated risk. Carr begins moving at night, staying off roads, avoiding open ground. Every step sends pain through his injured ankle. By the end of the first day, he has eaten nothing. 3 days in the forest. Day 2. Carr finds a stream. The water is icy. It numbs his throat as he drinks. He lies hidden in a ditch for hours while a German patrol passes nearby. They never see him. Day 3. Hunger becomes overwhelming. His body is burning thousands of calories just to stay warm. He has consumed none. His strength is fading. Carr makes a decision. If he doesn't find help soon, he will surrender. Captured Allied pilots, especially airmen, are often treated according to an unspoken code. Prison camps are harsh, but survivable. Starving alone in the forest is not. By the 4th afternoon, Carr reaches the edge of the airfield. The airfield. He climbs into the trees overlooking the perimeter. From there, he can see hangars, fuel trucks, vehicles, and aircraft. Several Messerschmitt Bf-109s sit near the main hangars, but one aircraft is positioned apart, partially concealed beneath camouflage netting. A Focke-Wulf FW-190. Carr watches as two German mechanics work beneath portable lights. They check the fuel. The tanks are full. They start the engine. The deep, distinctive roar of the BMW radial engine fills the night. They perform a full inspection. Then they shut it down, cover the cockpit, and leave. The aircraft is ready to fly. Carr keeps watching. He doesn't move. As darkness deepens, the airfield quiets. By early morning, only a skeleton crew remains. At approximately 3 a.m., the opportunity is still there. The fighter is unguarded, fully fueled, and alone. Carr's surrender plan disappears. A radical decision. Bruce Carr has never flown a German aircraft. He does not speak German. He cannot read the labels on the controls. But he knows aircraft. He has hundreds of combat hours. Every airplane obeys the same laws of physics. Throttle, stick, rudder. The rest is adaptation. Carr waits until the field is silent. Then he moves. 80 yards of open ground. No cover. If anyone looks his way, he will be shot on sight. He crosses the distance quickly, staying low. His ankle screams with every step. He reaches the aircraft. The FW-190 is larger than he expected. He climbs onto the wing. The canopy is unlocked. He slides it back and drops into the cockpit. Inside the enemy fighter. The cockpit is cramped, smaller than the Mustang. Every gauge, every switch, every label is in German. The instrument panel is a wall of unfamiliar markings. Carr forces himself to slow down. Panic is useless. He has time. For now. He studies the layout. Airspeed indicators are usually placed in predictable locations. Altimeter near the center. Engine instruments grouped together. He traces wiring. Identifies controls by logic rather than language. Eventually, he finds a handle connected to the engine starter. It looks different from anything he's used before. He pulls it. Nothing happens. He pushes it. A mechanical whine fills the cockpit. The inertia starter begins spinning. Carr lets it wind, then pulls the handle again. The engine coughs, then roars to life. No turning back. The sound is thunderous. The BMW radial engine is loud, even at idle. Everyone on the airfield will hear it. Carr has seconds. He does not taxi. He pushes the throttle forward. The FW-190 lurches into motion. The tail lifts almost immediately. The aircraft is eager to fly. Hangars rush toward him. German ground crew emerge, shouting, pointing. At speed, Carr pulls back. The fighter lifts off, barely clearing the buildings. Bruce Carr is airborne. In a stolen German fighter, deep behind enemy lines, flying low. Carr climbs briefly, then thinks better of it. At altitude, he would be visible to radar, to German fighters, to anti-aircraft batteries. Instead, he drops to treetop level, 50 feet above the ground. The forest blurs beneath the wings. At this height, radar cannot see him. Anti-aircraft guns cannot track him. The risk is different. One mistake, one moment of inattention, and the aircraft will cartwheel through the trees. But Carr keeps flying. The fuel gauge reads full. The FW-190 has sufficient range. France lies ahead. If nothing goes wrong, the most dangerous part. As dawn breaks, the terrain changes. Fields replace forests. Roads appear. Then the front lines. And with them, a new danger. Allied anti-aircraft crews see what they expect to see. A German fighter flying low toward friendly positions. They open fire. Tracer rounds streak toward the aircraft. Carr has no radio. No way to identify himself. The aircraft still carries German markings. He drops lower, 20 feet above the ground. hedge-hopping at high speed. American soldiers fire rifles at him. French civilians dive for cover. Carr later estimates that nearly every gun in the area fired at him. The aircraft takes hits, but it keeps flying. Home, his own base. He begins his approach and discovers the final problem. The landing gear will not deploy. He pulls the lever. Nothing. He tries again. Still nothing. He searches frantically for an alternate control. There is no time. Anti-aircraft guns are already tracking him. Carr makes a final decision. He will land without gear. The landing. He lines up with the grass beside the runway. Cuts the throttle. The FW-190 sinks. Closer. Closer. The aircraft hits the ground hard. Slides. Throws up mud and debris. And finally grinds to a stop. Carr is alive. Within seconds, military police surround the aircraft. Rifles raised. They expect a German pilot. They expect a prisoner. The canopy slides back. A mud-covered American climbs out. No one believes him. He has been missing for 4 days, until his commanding officer arrives and asks a simple question. Where have you been? The rest of the story. Bruce Carr's war does not end there. Months later, he leads one of the most extraordinary air battles of the conflict. 4 American fighters against more than 60 German aircraft. Against every rule, against every manual, he attacks and survives. Carr goes on to fight in Korea, then Vietnam. 3 wars, 3 generations of aircraft, more than 500 combat missions. He retires as a colonel. In 1998, Bruce Ward Carr dies and is buried at Arlington National Cemetery. His headstone lists his rank, his decorations, his wars. It does not mention the stolen fighter. Some stories are too large for stone. Final thought. In November 1944, Bruce Carr faced a moment where the safe choice was surrender. The logical choice was captivity. He chose something else. He looked at an enemy aircraft, unfamiliar, dangerous, and forbidden, and saw not an obstacle, but an option. And sometimes survival belongs to the person willing to ask, what else can I do?